Hey guys, how's it going? Shinigami Sam here to do a review on Boku no Hero Academia chapter 96. Now I love this chapter, and what I loved the best about this chapter was genuinely the family of Bakugou. That is the family of the Katsuki household, because that was just awesome, man. Like, just the whole dynamics of the father and the dad and the son was beautiful. And I love it as well, the fact that Bakugou's getting pissed, and like the mom's just whacking him, and the dad's just like, oh no, please don't, and Bakugou's just shouting back at him. I was fully cracking up when I read that part of the chapter. And that's what I liked about it, because it was just so awesome, and it kind of sticks truth to what Bakugou's character is, like his whole personality. And I can just imagine him getting pissed 24/7 at the household, because one, his dad will just piss him off at being like so nice and quiet and kind. Yeah, his mom just does whatever she wants, and Bakugou gets pissed about that too. So it's kind of hilarious, and I can kind of see the similarities of Deku and Bakugou's dad, and maybe that's why Bakugou always gets annoyed at Deku. So it's kind of really awesome to see that. And then another dynamic of the households in this chapter was obviously like what's her name? Was Jiro. Now I really do like Jiro. Earphone plug girl. She's awesome. I feel like we don't really get a lot of exposition on her. Now I hope Horikoshi changes that, because I know that it's kind of been like alluded to the fact that she's quite insecure about herself, because there was a chapter when Minato was obviously perving on the girls as he usually does, and he didn't like call out for Jiro or something like that, and Jiro noticed that. So I really want to get a bit more about Jiro's character, because I think she's pretty awesome. Her family's awesome as well, and I really like what Horikoshi done, especially about that, because the dad was obviously putting up a front, trying to be all strict and all that kind of stuff, but in fact the dad was just lying, was actually loving it. Like, he was loving All Might and Raised Head and all that kind of stuff, and what he said, he was just like, oh, they're even brighter than Brian and the Sun. And that just made me freaking crack up, because Brian and the Sun, they're the band which does the opening for the anime. So I really like that whole continuity on the Horikoshi has. And speaking about the anime, we're getting a season 2, so freaking hell, man, like, that is just awesome. How mad is... Okay, season 2, I'm gonna be so hyped, because I did see a promo of it as well, and we saw, like a visual on Deku, All Might, Stain, and if you look in, yes, Stain! I was actually supposed to say Shigaraki, but yeah, you saw Shigaraki, and if you look in the background, you see freaking Stain! So like, next season is gonna be awesome. I have no clue when it's coming out, we didn't really find out about that. It'll probably come out, winter 2017, not winter, sorry. Yeah, winter 2016, so it'll probably come out, you know, Actually, nah, I think it'll come out spring, to be fair. I think it'll come out next year, spring. It may be, because I can't see it happening this year. We never know, but I do think for definite it's coming out next year. And all we know is that it's going to be dedicated to the sports festival. That's going to be straight hype. You guys know how hype that's going to be. So let's get back to the greatness of the chapter. The chapter colour, I loved it. It was freaking awesome. Just seeing All Might in his superhero outfit, in his No Might form, that was kind of, it was a little bit, it brought some of the feels, but it was still pretty hyped to see. What I liked about this chapter, man, it was that flashback when Deku was a kid. See, this is what I've been thinking about, like, on my day-to-day travels, just walking about and all that kind of stuff, just living life, I've really been thinking heavily upon the relationship that is Deku and All Might, and especially from last chapter when obviously All Might gave Deku that hug, and it was just like, that was pulling on the heart, man. That was so sad. The relationship between Deku and All Might is literally father and son. That's how much Deku looks up to him. You have to understand, I truly don't think we can fathom how much Deku looks up to All Might. We could obviously think of it as a father, because Deku hasn't got a father figure. The only father figure that he has is All Might. So that is really something to that is really something, like, to hold up to, because it's just mad. The fact that, like, the way Deku looks at All Might, we see in this chapter, we see the flashbacks when Deku was as a kid, he was just like, have no fear for I am here, and the mum was playing along, like, Deku, I can't stress it enough how, this is why, if there was a death in the series, if All Might did die, that would break the fans, that would break, like, the fandom. It honestly would. The fandom would be torn apart, like, the hearts would be broken, people would be crying. That's what I was so worried about during the fight of All Might and All For One. Now I'm not saying that All Might's death is completely taken out of the situation in the future. Who knows? We don't really know. I don't think so, but if it does, that's going to be so impactful. And that's what this chapter, especially that flashback, really drilled into my head of how like important Deku finds All Might, and we kind of see Bakugou kind of thinking about that and kind of realizing the importance and the significance of why All Might's always, you know, hold such attention to Deku. I thought it was kind of hinted at during these kind of chapters that Deku was he didn't know, but it was kind of hinted that Deku was catching on. He knows that there's something there between All Might and Deku, and he found that he said it in this chapter. He was just like, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. And this is like character development, immense character development in my opinion for Bakugou. Like Bakugou, he's not just holding restraint. It's like maturity that we're seeing in this chapter. In Bakugou's character. Now, this is good for balance. Like, imagine what Bakugou's going to be like in the future, especially the fact that his parents want Bakugou to change as well. Like, we will see a change in Bakugou's character. I truly do believe that. With Bakugou, I do think Bakugou will find out in the end with Deku and All Might. It may not happen because obviously All Might doesn't want anyone to tell. Doesn't want to tell anyone, and if we see in this chapter like the parallel of All Might saying that, and in the end of this chapter with with Deku's mum being like, I have no trust in you unless, like, as far as everything's happened, I have no confidence to put my trust in you to let Deku stay at the school with the whole dormitory. In my opinion, I think that's awesome with the students like all staying at the school. That would be so much slice of life. It would be so, like, I can imagine a hilarious comedy, like, who would Bakugou like bunk up with? It'll probably be like Kirishima, but imagine it's someone like freaking Deku. How hilarious would that be? That would just be high. That would be awesome to see. But I digress. With I do think All Might's gonna tell Deku's mom that, you know, the whole relationship to Deku about passing one for all. I do think that's going to happen because if you think, look at the facts. You got to stick to the facts, man. Like, Deku's mum has nothing to trust in. Like, imagine this situation where your son is literally getting injured after injuries, and these aren't like a fracture. This is like bones breaking, ligaments getting torn, fibers like just getting disintegrated. This ain't like a bruise on the knee. This ain't like, you know, falling off your bike or down the stairs kind of thing. This is like some serious kind of injury. So Deku's mum's just been put into a state of worry, like a state of frantic upset. So you're kind of wondering, I'm not surprised that she has no trust in All Might, no trust in the school. And I'm not really, my only solution that I can see of All Might to kind of put some trust in her is for All Might, you know, to tell her the truth about, you know, the history of One For All and all of that kind of stuff. Because either way, I don't really see any other solution. And this is why this chapter is very pivotal for the series, because Horikoshi can go down two different routes. Deku could obviously rebel against his mum and be like, oh, no, I'm not going to listen to what you're going to say, I'm going to follow All Might. And that will be like a crazy story arc for his character. Or there will be something where she's persuaded, and this is what I'm hyped for. I have no clue what's going to happen. We're literally like a fork kind of road, two routes. Who knows which one Horikoshi's going to take. So this chapter was awesome in my opinion. I really did like at the start how we got a little bit more about the hero society in the world. Finally, this is what I've been wanting for. I know a lot of the fandom has been wanting for. They've been wondering, is there heroes outside the world, like in America and all that kind of stuff? I've been wondering, is All Might, like, he's ranked #1. Is that ranked #1 in Japan or in the world? I would want a bit more exposition on all the heroes of the other world. We got a bit about, all we know is that the hero headquarters society that's in America. So I want to know a bit more about that. Come on, Horikoshi, show us that greatness. I do know that Horikoshi loves America, like he was inspired by Spider-Man, Marvel Comics, all that greatness. So maybe we'll see a bit more of the American society get employed in the future couple of chapters. Now with we find out with obviously Ragdoll, she's ranked number 32. At first I was a little bit shocked, but you need to understand the rankings aren't based in power. It's based in what number of crimes solved. What else was it? It was like popular against society, your contribution to the public, and other things. I'll jot down my thoughts in the comments below, not in the description below. But either way, that was pretty cool. I want to find out more about the American society and all that kind of stuff. And what made me so happy is my man Best Jeanist is not dead. Fine, he's off extended leave because obviously that was a near-death fatal injury, but man, Best Jeanist is the MVP. What he done against All For One was just straight greatness, and I'm glad he's not dead because I want to see more of him. With Ragdoll, the quirk is taken, so that's obviously going to be crazier. Maybe get a bit more character development for Kota as well. We saw him in a panel in this chapter. So things are going down, people, and I'm extremely excited. So this is Shinigami Sam. If you liked anything that I had to say, please drop a like that'd be greatly appreciated. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys think. It's Shinigami Sam. Subscribe for weekly reviews of Boku no Hero, the anime and the manga. And I'll see you next week for episode 13, chapter 97. And the greatness that is season 2. It's a great time to be a Boku no Hero fan, people. We're moving up. Shinigami Sam, goodbye.